There we go, there we go. Alright, I think it's working. Let me put my chat over here. Yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Got to put it in the thing. Let's see. Stream starting. Woo. Yes, and there we go. All right. What are we going to make? Who knows? Let's do I have yeah. All right. Not what I wanted. Music is a nice touch. Yeah, I figured it needed a little something. We'll see if it stays good. Can't do it. I gotta remember how to do this. I think. Ooh. Yeah, that's how. Okay, okay. That's how we could. Alright. I know what's going on now. Ollie, what are we gonna make? What about a cave? I feel like caves are fairly easy. Or cave sounds nice. We'll start with a cave. Kind of ease into it. What is? Oh, I've had this for that long and never knew that. Oh, that works the same way, right? No. All right, let's try that. So we'll say. Oh, jeez. How do you reverse that? Ah. Say the party starts there. Hey. Hello, Theo. You need a cave map? What I'm gonna make. Like a little spring right there. Squirrelish being, that's me. I'll put like some weird water there or something. I'll just put a little puddle there. I have incoming tea.
I brought tea.
Tea.
You should read your tea tag. It's one.
Oh. What does my motivational tea say? It says your actions prove your greatness. It also says now go have a great stream. Alright. High stakes now. I gotta prove my greatness. What's the plot of this map? I don't have any. These are just... was kind of... the idea here was just to make some random maps and then throw them out there for people to share. So... last time, many moons ago, that I did a map making stream, I was actually trying to come up with a map for a one-shot. And everybody was giving me... like, I didn't even know what the one-shot was going to be. It's just like, I know we're going to have one this weekend. I need a map and something to do. And that's how we came up with the Church of the Great Mechanical One. They were trying... they needed the blood of a very special mimic to finish building some mechanical angel. And it was a lot of fun. It was very silly, but it was a lot of fun. That was our easy D6 one-shot. So, these are just maps to make... and like let people use. I mean, maybe I'll use them at some point, but the idea is to just throw them out there in a folder for everybody to use. So, I mean, we can come up with a plot here if we want. That'll obviously very much help with the design, but I'm just started doodling until people show up, and then we can start an entirely different map. I should probably save this as we go. Let's see. Stream maps. I'll just call it Cave 1. How about that? Very creative. So let's do this. Let's blast this open. Ah! Oh, too far. Too far again. Alright, we can't go that far. That's fair. Rain. We don't want snow. But some much. Theo, Ollie says, hi. Oh, you're in the server. You can see what he's saying. He refuses to use YouTube chat. There we go. So, I told you guys that I downloaded a bunch of assets for this. To give you an idea, I don't know if you can see this tiny little dot of a scroll bar. But right about there was as far as it used to go, and now it does all this. This is all new stuff for me. It's a lot in there. So if I type mushroom, look at all these new mushrooms. That's not a mushroom. These are weird mushrooms. That would have been useful last campaign session. Well, I can't color these. Very sad. Oh, I can use these. Look at there. We're gonna have some pretty mushrooms. Big blue mushrooms. I like those. Those are nice. Oh, that one's funky. He got some polka dots on him. And the mushroom. Alright, so see some things. Yeah. So yeah, you see that didn't change anything else up here when I flip through these colors, but some things you can change the colors on, like those. Boop. Very neat, very neat. We were kind of going the blue route though, weren't we? Put some kind of mushrooms in there. Oop. Just some shrooms. Like, what do we got just for flowers? Oh my goodness, we got so much. Oh, they're so pretty. gonna take me forever to make a map now. See, there's the thing though. Like, I really liked. Oh, that's super simple. Small. The super simple style that the default assets were. Like, I really like that. All these new ones I got are kind of higher definition and fancier looking, but it's okay, I guess. Big one right in the middle. Actually, you know what? I think I will. Boop. Makes no sense, but there it is. Alright. Put bones over there, and that won't make it look suspicious at all. Let's get back to blowing this thing open. I guess we should have like a boss area at the end of this, maybe. So, let's go ahead and let's put our boss chamber right there. They primarily focus on infernal and bastardized primal magic. What are we talking about? The people inside this cave? Or the mushrooms? Also, just out of curiosity, do we get any... Why does that come up in skeleton? That's a toilet. Oh, there we go. The inhabitants. Okay, okay. Alright. Helmet kittle. Alright, okay, that's neat. Bloody helmets. I don't know why all the food is coming up under skeleton. There's some bones. Alright. Lots of bones. That one looks happy. Okay, we got plenty of bones. Good bones. Primarily focus on infernal. Do we have... That's unfortunate. Oh. There you go. We really don't have any totem. That's kind of surprising. Music is pretty quiet, Kraken says. What's another word for like totem or sculpture? Idol, maybe? Yeah, I did that. Statue? That might not be a bad idea. There's the vanilla statues. Pedestals. Here we go. Ooh. He's a bit big. Put him there. Alright, now give me some bones. Give me a hole in the skull. Oh, that's a big one. It looks like vanilla. That is the vanilla one. I'm trying to keep these all the same so they look the same. Or from the same pack. Where'd all my bones go? Looks about right. Maybe a spine in there or something. Hip bones. Put a whole other one over here. This won't look suspicious at all. Now see, this were my party. They would come in, they'd immediately hang a right, and they would spend the whole session figuring out whether or not to dip their toes in the water. Glee can confirm. Woo! There's the big boss room. Meeting of the minds over there. We can have a little path go off here. See, here's the thing about caves, though. Like, I never know. Because when I import this into Foundry, it'll add walls for me. I never know how close it's actually going to cut into it. How wide I have to make this. What? And you know, it's always nice to give your players a dead end, right? They love those. Dead ends are the greatest. There we go. Your water pools recently have been full of monsters. Have they? That's right. Y'all had to deal with some of that last week. Glee and friends basically got warped to New Orleans and had to deal with swamp worms. Theo is tempted to write up something to run this Sunday. You should do it. Technically, I need to do that. And the raider in one village disappeared into one. That's true. So that one wasn't full of monsters when y'all got there. One just may or may not have exited through said waters. Ooh, well, we don't want that. Look like you can leave the map. Do, 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 do. I don't know if it'll walk through that. Are you making another maze? No. There's just a few dead ends in this one. I really don't know what I'm making. I'm just drawing. This is my doodle for the night. Maybe we'll do another... Well, you weren't in that one shot, the Church of the Mechanical Angel or whatever. Church of the Great Mechanical One. Boom, into the big boss room. Now see, could make this a little treasure room. Some kind of wall blocking it. You come in here. Just something weird going on there. Probably some bad guys. Can we? Ain't nothing stopping us from just popping a wall down. Right there. Have some kind of riddle on there. You saw some pieces of it, but didn't play. Well, yeah. I think Moon Man was kind of wishing he didn't play that one either. Certain character made his soul die a little bit. Bench, not a chest. There we go, we can put a sofa back here. Alright, these are not chests. What's going on here? Ollie's cooking while he listens, so can't type or read, but the music in your voice is relaxing. So does that mean you can hear the music, Ollie? Because Glee was saying it was quiet. Blood on the ground. Right, we can color that. Yes. Oh, blood, there you go, right in front of the right in front of the wires. That won't look suspicious at all. Alright, again, not chests. Well, there's more branches. That'll come in handy. Goes. Ooh, pouches. Coin pouch. There you go. Oh, it's tiny. Like a giant coin pouch. Alright, that's very small. Alright, maybe treasure chest? Hey, diamonds and whatnot. Man, why are these things so small? Like that. That's the normal size right there. That is tiny. Gems for days. Square is 5 feet across, so those look accurate. Yeah, well, what if I want a big gem and not this tiny little ring? Yeah, y'all wouldn't even be able to see it. A goblet. Alright, we gotta have, like, treasure chests in here somewhere. What we got on our tags? Venturing gear. Ooh, that gives me an idea. That gives me an idea. It looks like you can scale up the size of the... Yeah, you can make things bigger and smaller, but like... some things as you start making big, they get very pixelated looking. Now, we're gonna put... some adventurer gear, so if the party makes their way back here, they're going to find gear from previous adventures that were not as fortunate. Whoever's been chilling here has been hoarding, taking the fat loots. Still needs a box though, I feel like. Oh, can we color that? We could color that. Neat. There's a bedroll. There you go. Flask. Who doesn't want a good flask in their loot? Water skins. Yeah. Oh, those are some big old water skins. We'll just have a pile of them. There you go. Middle left and corner makes sense. I believe most treasure found on an adventure should be found on the dead and fail. Yeah. I don't know what they'll find in here. Maybe some rations and maybe some bandages. Bedroll. Oh, big bedroll. My goodness. About a couple. There we go. Oh, you know what also needs to be in here? Weapons from previous adventures. Well, that's a fancy sword. We got some basic ones. Man, these are... I say these are huge. Compared to everything else. Make a random table, maybe a D8 table. And they will roll 2 to 4 D8s to generate what they find. Everything else is overly rotted. You know what? That is a good idea. Alright, I need some less fancy swords. These are alright. But speaking of tables, I do need a table in here, I feel like. The other kind of table. So there's the vanilla ones. Do I get any new fancy ones? Oh, yes. Oh, that's a big table. Put that right there. Hello, microwavable human. It's a weird thing to say. There's some handles. Asked if there was interest for this Monday in your server. I saw a little pop-up anyway. And there's just a regular sword. That's what I like. Just plain. Maybe a rapier. Those are kind of the same. Crystal red. That doesn't sound normal. Scimitar. There we go. Also normal. Another rapier. There's a lot of dead adventurers didn't make it through here. All Umis are microwavable. They just don't taste too good like that. Eat 'em raw. Sounds like a ghoul from Fallout. You'll microwave your smooth skins. Blah. That's just a scabbard, isn't it? Yep. Or a sheath, excuse me. Not a scabbard. Question of the day, do you know the difference between a sheath and a scabbard? I explained this to Glee once. We'll see if she remembers. Look, oh, you know what? Can we... A little shield we can put in the corner? I need one, like, propped up. Oh, where's a broken shield? Oh, here we go. That's exactly what I wanted. How about that? Put him in the corner here. Couple shields. Yeah. Didn't do them adventurers any good. Those are all the ones that dip their toes in the pond. Scabbard is made of wood. A sheath is made of leather. More or less. Sheath is made of leather. Scabbards are usually wooden, sometimes covered in leather. Yep. So scabbards are solid. More or less. Thought it was the shape. Now, scabbards are more solid. They're hard, whereas sheaths are got a little more flex to them. In very simple terms. I believe, anyway. So generally, scabbards do have a little more shape to them, where sheaths are more basic. Quicker to produce. Not as pretty. Let's see, I wouldn't mind some torches or something here. Why? Where'd they go? Alright, let's try torch. That's gold. Oh, I set the place on fire. You just throw a dead fish in there. Why not? Oh, here we go. Blue fire. It's just the regular red one. There we go. Front of the door. Sure. Maybe put one on the wall right here. Can't really see it. No. Maybe not. Scabbards are an extra throwing weapon. That's true. I found out EZD6 and ICRPG have their own VTM. What's a VTM? Like virtual tabletop modular or something? I'm guessing. I'm shooting in the wind here. And I get grapes when I type blood. I don't understand. I got too many assets. It's just overloading it. Virtual tabletop, not VT. Assume each square is about 5 feet of movement using... Yeah, they're 5 feet. So... So how do you have... You mean like a whole virtual tabletop system program for EZD6? Or like you can plug EZD6 into other VTTs? Like Foundry has the EZD6 rule set you can load into it and use. And has all the character sheets and stuff. And I think they have Index Card RPG for Foundry too. Alright, so what should we... We got this little shenanigans going on here. On its own tabletop made by Runehammer Games. Oh. Well, I mean, I could see that because there's really not that much going on with it. It's just rolling some D6s. So you could pretty much make it in Excel fairly easily. You can have... Do we have spiders in here hiding out somewhere? Maybe in this corner here? Let's see, what do we got? What do we got for spider? Nothing? Oh. Try that again. Oh. Why is nothing coming up? There we go. Got some webs. Some big old webs. Yeah. What should we have roaming through this cave? Any kind of monsters hiding? We can have some back here. I think. I don't know. Let me look at this. We have some right here. We can reward the player for adventuring out beyond the path with a spider. Monstrous salamander. Oh. Make it damp in creepy cave since you got water already. Give me a background of the cave. Too many options. It's good tea. I just kind of default to spiders. They're easy. And spoopy. Oops. I misclicked. Do we have... How do you spell cocoon? Oh. Fire. Coming at the wall. Actually, I don't know what that is. Fire. Yeah. Cone. Alright. Cocoon. Ah, I spelled it wrong. Cocoon? Really? There's no A's? Well, they got coconuts. Edgar Cap colony with her spider-like offspring and pets? I mean, maybe. You're saying it too southern. Oh, sorry. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm going to redo those. Oops. Oh, they're above. Let's... I have an angling like that. Couple bodies back there. It's not suspicious at all. Alright, we got a little corner up here we could use for something. A toilet. That's always a good time. If somebody's sitting on John, the party interrupts them oh so rudely. Firewood. That intestines? Oh, it is. Small intestine pile. Yes. Frog-like creatures trying to inhabit the cave, trying to clear it out of its spider, and bat inhabitants, as well as a wandering bear or mole. Ooh. So the party's gonna play as a bunch of frogs. Look at all this wonderful rubble that I could have used on the last map. I've been having to make my own rubble. That's a lot of rubble. I don't know why it comes up when I search for toilet, but you know, there it is. Alright, everything but toilets. There's the toilets. Oh, hey, we could have a double John. You poop with your friends. Alright. That's a little gross. Just the regular one. Well, I'm suggesting that the players run into that. The fact that the frogs have their own goals and a reason to take over the cave makes the world more... Hey, you right, you right. You hecka right. There needs to be something funny in the bathroom. But I don't know what. Doo-doo-doo. Feel like I mean, you can run it however you want, I guess, but I kind of had in my mind there'd be a fight as soon as you walk in here. I kind of like a little office space over here or something. Air quote, office space, you know. Tell you what, let's do this. Lettuce. Tasty lettuce. Yeah. And then we'll plop down a little wall. Right sure. And then we'll give it a door. And then we get to dress this place up a little bit. Alright. Put a fancy rug in it. Do not enter. There you go. Right there. Right there at the front. Do not enter. Oh my goodness. I just got the Castles and Crusades system, which is currently free. Reading through it now. Also got a bunch of modules for it from Humble Bundle. Nice. So, more books for the book. God. Isn't Castles and Crusaders, isn't that the one... I feel like that's the name people throw out whenever I say that gold is kind of worthless in 5e. Supposedly that gives you a bunch of stuff to spend it on, like building a castle and stuff like that. I might be thinking of something else. Castles and something. Also, we don't need a do not enter rug. That's kind of silly. Rum! A rum barrel. Do we really not have, like... Okay, we can change it. Okay. It's kind of ugly. Much more like a runner. You know, just have fancy rugs. A little fancier. I mean, D&D generally is meant for you to waste your gold on living. People just skip it in their encumbrance, like their encumbrance weight. Yeah, see, I'm on my second campaign running one. And I'm having to try really hard for them to find ways to spend their gold. The first one, they didn't need it for anything. And that was actually a module we partly used. Very, very partly. Carpet. Well, see, this is a problem, Glee. These are looking like... Well, they were looking like carpet. I found the rugs. But what's a good rug color? These are some pretty ugly rugs. Well, that's okay. I'll take it back. That's not an ugly rug. That's a nice rug. Could use better armor since we're lacking healers, and defense is the next best thing. Well, yeah, y'all gonna need a lot of potions. But you're also playing a custom race, so this second one doesn't really count. The second campaign. Y'all got some extra bennies. Hey, big lion. Oh, excuse me. You know, I said I wanted a rug, but it was kind of ugly. Hey, what? We'll put that there for now. All right. So whatever's in this cave, would they have like a desk and a bookshelf? Would there be some knowledge to rummage through? That's the thing. Maybe a room full of disguises. I'd rather save gold for better armor than stockpile potions. Yeah, we could do that. But going back to the first campaign we did, like, did you ever feel like you needed better armor or weapons when there were 5 people in the party just bulldozing everything? Or did you just want some? Well, I was a monk, so that question doesn't work for me. I punch everything. I punch. I'm trying to think of what to put in this room. I guess this is when it helps to know what you're making a map for. A punch and no armor. Ollie's letting his food cook. Congratulations, Ollie. Have a butterfly. Phone died halfway through, so didn't hear for a while. How dare? How dare ye? Alright, let's look up desk. Alright, why do I get a desert guard corpse when I search desk? Ah. There you go, we can just put some bodies in here. There you go, just fill it up. This is what they find when they come in here. Pile of bodies. Actually, you know what? You know what? That's not entirely a bad idea. Close match to most of the text query. Maybe that one I could see, but like, what was I getting when I looked up toilet? Bones, blueberries, or something. That is a desk, isn't it? Here. That's a fancy chair. Oh. Wish there was a way. Put everything on. Right. Oops. What question? Can I? I bet you I can. I can. Oh. Learning things every day. Barrel. And of course, Ollie wants to know if we added a mimic. I mean, you could make this chair a mimic if you wanted to. Ooh. Barrel full of blood. Let's do, what is it? Barrel stand. Just put a couple barrels there and the GM can figure out what's in them. Time skips and ask them to give you their living expenses per day. Add penalties to them living in a poor or lower living condition. Bonuses. So, last campaign, they started off playing Dragon Heist, which gives the party their entire tavern / mansion after the introduction quest. So they had income. It just kind of made money null and void. A mansion? Yeah, it was pretty much a mansion. Also, isn't like I did the math one day. I forgot what the handbook tells you, but like what 2 silver or something is a whole day's wages. I forgot. I can't remember what it was, but you compare that to how much a suit of plate mail costs, and that was like 20 years worth of labor. It was silly. Oh. Yeah, Zomara. I'm not sure I could recommend the Dragon Heist module. There's a reason I threw it out very quickly. It was, story-wise, it was super neat. It's kind of like it's a little murder mystery thing, but because there were multiple bad guys involved, and you got to pick which one was like the actual bad guy. And but I just don't think it was good for a game. Like, it just didn't work in my opinion. 2 silver is an untrained laborer's wage cost for a day. Yeah. It ain't much, but it's honest work. You know, I'm kind of want to put a body in here. Ooh. Bloody newspapers. Oh, 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 oh. Or just put an eyeball on the disc. Ooh, we could put a bloody. Ooh, that should be a table instead of a desk. It's getting a little violent in here. Yeah, Glee built. She built the tavern in The Sims. She even made all her characters in The Sims too. Oh, here you go. 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 You have bloody footprints coming away from the barrels and like going back and forth from the desk. Okay. We like the bloody. That doesn't work. A little on the barrel. There you go. And then we're gonna change this. This ain't gonna be a disc. This is gonna be a table. That is a common consensus with Dragon Heist. It cannot be ran as written successfully. Then again, I will break my players' items as they go through an adventure, sometimes mid-combat. It's wise to have a dagger or secondary weapon. See, I would like to do that, but they're already used to me not doing that, so it'd be kind of a boogery thing to do. Throw it on them. But I feel like that's something I should have done. Like it would definitely make things a little more interesting. You know, combat could go in your favor to drastically not in your favor very quickly. I think that'd be kind of neat, and you know, be a nice way to burn gold and stuff like that. You know, give you a money sink. But oh, an upside down table. Okay. Let's go back to the bloody stuff. Get banned from YouTube. Where's the blood? There's rubble. Whoop. Alright, where are the bloody weapons? Look at all these hammers. To be fair, The Sims is great for that. Oh, I'm a little behind on your chat, Ollie. There's a game where items last like 2 hits. Like Z-bots. What is Z-bot? I know what Z-bots are. Z-bots were toys from like late 80s, early 90s, and I absolutely loved them, but I got a feeling that's not what you're trying to say. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay. Yeah. Durability system in that game was awful. That's what we call a graham cracker weapon system. Fun game though. Ooh, scroll case. I thought it was a pool stick case. I guess that makes more sense though. About put a little scroll case right there. There we go. Here's the bloody weapons. A bloody dagger. Yum. Well, maybe a bloody hatchet. We got done hacking up a corpse. There we go. Good times. How about... Man, that's a lot of blood. Can't show that on YouTube. There's a little blood right there. A little blood right there. Alright. I don't know what's going on in that room, but I don't want any part of it. Demonetized. Yep. It might be. Alright, so we got a little spooter thing going on over there. Dead Adventurers. We got the John going on over here. You can have some comic relief. Don't know what's going on there. Where's something in this corner? Let's see. Excuse me. Also, I have come up with a weight system for coins. 10 coins for 1 pound carry weight, or 100 per 1 pound if you want to be kind, and then dump 200,000 copper coins, 50,000 silver, and 500 gold. Yeah, buddy. I think it's Shadiversity. He did a video. He's got an old video about how many coins an adventurer could actually carry. I haven't watched it. I need to. But... a bunch of eggplant. There's sirens in the music. Whee! Of course, you have to roll to find anything that isn't copper. Watch them cringe. Oh no. Let's see, I watched, a little off topic here. I watched DM Scotty. He dropped a video about Easy D6 today, just trying to take advantage of everybody, you know, kind of shifting away from D&D after the OGL nonsense. Get him on Easy D6. He said he's got some, not modules coming out, but like, it's still Easy D6. I guess he's trying to make something for a post-apocalyptic setting and a sci-fi setting, but I don't think the rules are changing, so I don't know if it's just gonna be like a list of monsters or something to use and some extra classes, you know, so you don't have warriors and summoners in your sci-fi setting. We should have like a mini dragon or something back here. I don't think I gave enough room for that. Well, we got the big boss room too we gotta deal with, so... You know. Maybe that's what's going on here. They're capturing adventures and feeding it to a beast. So he's kind of doing what I am doing, have a base rule set and then alter the applications fit the new genre. Yeah, see, I guess I kind of got lost there, but like that rules, I don't know if you played EZD6, but that rule sets, because it's so simple, you can just slide it into whatever you want to use it for. You just have to say, all right, instead of a sword and shield warrior, I got a warrior with a rifle or something. Like, it would not be hard at all to do. I guess maybe he wants to like add grenades and some new ranged mechanics, stuff like that, to make guns a little more interesting. I'm sure he'll come up with something. I have another toilet back here. I'll dress up the boss room here. We have a bunch of bones. Bone. Hang on. What's in tags here? Body pieces. Ew. Gross. There's a brain. Bones are not a tag. Skeletons? Skeletons! Well, I say that's like the whole thing. Modular. There we go. What should be hiding in here? Could it be a dragon? Or a big frog? Big slug? I'm gonna determine how I do this. Let's see. And should he have like a big pond? I don't know. Several dog-sized frogs. Would frogs spit out bones? All eating bats. Man, you got this bat versus frog thing going on. Ooh, that's a big skeleton. I'm gonna throw some bones around. Ollie says his food is great. Or giant rats. Well, I mean, technically you can... Ooh, man, they bashed that skull in. You can put whatever you want in here. For you to decide. Classic but memorable. And just a whole... Okay, now see? This is what I don't get. That's a one-to-one. Dragonborn. Are Dragonborns 15 feet tall? I don't think so. That's just... Also, I don't need a whole skeleton. That doesn't look right. They're just feeding it all kinds of stuff. Ooh. Ooh. I know. I know what this needs. Take me back to the blood. We got to have blood streaks somewhere. There's a puddle. There's a footprint. Do we really not have... Ah, we don't have streaks. That is unfortunate. That's as close as we get to a streak. Alright, that ain't gonna work. That kind of looks like a streak. There you go. All the players will just see when they come around the corners. Bunch of blood right before the door. Blech. I'll put some blood puddles out here. Nah, just bones. Just bones. All he says, on top of this, I have some pineapple coconut sparkling water. Great. I ain't seeing no pictures of food, my dude. Alright, I still got some rooms to fill here. Made it yourself. Well, I'm not over there, but I'll go look. Well, you made little tacos, pizzas. What are those little things? They're tacos, burritos, whatever. Damn, y'all eating good over there. Okay, I had an idea while I was looking at burritos for some reason. Rubble. Rubble. Oh, I'm putting these all on the rubble. I have an idea. Be a bit of a trap, should the DM so desire. I guess I could have looked at the rest of the rubble before I started grabbing it. Eh, same. Of course, you know, I just realized y'all can probably hear all that Discord beeping, so let me just turn that off real quick. There we go. Need. Well, it's funny. You know, you hear the Discord beeping. That video Scotty dropped today, he did the same thing. I was watching his video and I kept hearing a boop, and I was like, who's messaging me? All right. I want kind of a line of sight through there. put a treasure chest back there. And then they can try and squeeze through that rubble. And maybe get squished. What am I looking for? Training dummies. Is there really that many? My goodness. Treasures. Candelabras. Gems. Ingots. I like ingots. Treasure trinkets. Alright. Let's try chest. Glee, didn't you have some other words for treasure chest earlier? Just put a coffin back there. Box, crate, cash. Hey. There's the vanilla ones. Where's the new one? Oh, looky there. Cash pulls up chest, but chest won't pull up chest. Okay. What do I know? Do we have a fancy looking treasure chest? There's one full of gold. Oh, that's a big one. Have it right there. That would definitely look like a trap. It won't be too obvious. Yeah, so there's a little booby trap for them. If that wasn't enough, and then they got whatever's going on in there. Down here, they have a riddle on the door or something. Bad turn of luck when they go find the spooters. So what can be right here? I say, Question. And then I got right over here too. Oh, excuse me. Cactus. Cactus down here. There's some weird looking cacti. I guess you could be like Ollie, just put a chest out here for nothing and it'd be a mimic. You can make the toilet a mimic. That'd be rude. Let's see. Crystals. Those is nice. Yeah, some nice crystals. How about crystals? More crystals. Just an empty chest. We need more empty rooms in modern day games. Well, they got. Well, I won't call that empty. They might find a big spider back there. Definitely won't be a good thing. Actually, an empty chest might be what I do back here. Or I'll just put a chest. GM can decide what they want to do with it. I'm thinking over here, I'm gonna put a little. I really like these crystals. They're snazzy looking. I think I'm gonna plants. Gonna be something hiding in the bushes. Ah, why are they so small? We want the big plants. Ooh. Okay, that's like the same thing. A different color. I see why this asset pack was so huge now. It just kind of repeats everything. Repeats everything, even though you can change the color yourself. Something growing in this cave. I investigate the bushes. Have a room with a empty open chest. There's blood all over it and a headless skeleton on the side. Somewhere outside the room is a skeleton with a dagger in it with far too much treasure. Ooh. That's a, you know what? I already put all my rubble there. I was gonna say you could have. Could have the headless skeleton over here. And then your bloody one over there. You know what? I kind of wish they would find this room first. I mean, I guess I could put it... Meh. Let's just do this. Empty. Empty. We got skeletons. What am I looking for? Skeletons. I know how the alphabet works. Look at that big boy. He's huge. That wouldn't be a... Oh wow. Hey, yeah, that's... There you go. Big old skeleton. Oh, jeez. Alright. Yeah. I have a head left. Oh, yeah. His skull is messed up. I got that dude that's just chilling. I'll use him. There you go. I guess I could have made the chest a little bigger. Oh, wouldn't that be something? An empty chest ended up being a mimic. Or the skeleton was a mimic. Or both. Not a whole lot going on in here, but you could make a day out of it. I feel like I need... How silly would it be if I just had some random crystals coming out of the walls? It might be a bit much. I love doing stuff like that because the players will make their own story of what happened. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do here. I want to just make a map and then throw it out there for y'all to use, and then you can you know, do it whatever you want with it. I do like my crystals. I do. Crystals are cool. Crystals and gemstones. They're shiny and pretty. That's because Squirrel is a new age hippie. No, not those kind of crystals. Oh, man. My ex went down that path for a little while. Thankfully, she was my ex at that point. I got out of Dodge just in time. Crystals will fix my problems. Anything but being responsible. Crystal meth. No. Wrong crystal, Ollie. I could have put the skeleton in a chair. That'd be funny. Just chilling. I feel like the cave needs a little something throughout it, but that might just be me being a little overzealous. I think I don't need to put little plants everywhere. That just bloats the file size anyway when I do that. Ollie wants to know, can a mimic become a human? I mean, it's your world, man. Do whatever you want. How about this? Let's leave that one as is. And then we'll make a new one. Probably if I hit the new button. This one does not need to be as big. I'll probably make it even smaller, but we'll just start small. How about kind of like a broken house in the middle of the woods? Maybe it was a wizard's house. Oh, what Ollie post? A mimic can only pretend to be an object. However, and many other people are saying this as well, it can pretend to be a dead being, could even be human, but it will not be able to move like them or walk and talk like them. Well, you're not my dad. I can make a human mimic if I want to. Let's see. Terrain. Here. We want... How about some grass? Oh, that's very bright grass. Natural. Acid. Yes. House on acid. Alright. We don't have... There's some grass. That's... Oh my. That's ugly. These are terrible grass textures. They hurt. Okay, that one's not bad. Oh, the potion bottle mimic. D&D states that a mimic can replicate the texture of stone and wood. Oh, they can't do metal. That stands to reason that it can hide as a skeleton, as it can make itself seem like one, but can't mimic flesh feel. Does that grass look alright? I think that looks better than that one. Some of these are just a little nauseating. I like that one. All gravels. Grass. Oh, that's too much. Oh, that's even worse. Ah! Too much texture going on in there. Okay, let's leave it at that. My brain can only take so much. let's have... Try some of these new walls. What is this? Plaster and wood. Oh, that's so fancy. All the stones. Oh, there's some regular wood. Yeah, I think that's all I need. We're just gonna have a little house. Here's what I'm thinking. Like the players. They come up to the front, right? And I'm thinking the back corner is going to be blown out here. And the reason I wanted to do this way, instead of building a whole room with the ruin tool. I like this track. Or this song, anyway. I don't know about this particular version of it. If I'm not mistaken, it's Red 13 from Final Fantasy VII. Cosmo Canyon, I think's the proper track name. If I do... Alright, hang on here. I gotta do some shenanigans. Shenanigans. Wooden floor. I have to find... It didn't help, I can't see the whole thing. Yeah, let's do this. Maybe... And make it look like it's overgrown. Like he hasn't been home for a while. Ooh, that looks better. That looks more smoky if I do it that way, doesn't it? Or as that looks like. Oh no, I need some... Where's the artist in the chat? That looks smoky. Glee, artistic opinion. What looks like stuff's growing over the floor? This way? I think this way looks kind of smoky. Or that way. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Which is funny, because I normally do everything with the smooth blending on. Pardon my lag, that's alright. It's not as bad as Twitch lag. We might have to come back in with the green and hit some spots, but I'm trying to wear this down. That way. They want that. Well, they don't look too bad. Why is it? There we go. Oh, I really didn't like that spot. Now the trick. Realized. All the furniture we put in here is not going to be overgrown. Might look a little funny. Needs a door. Despite the back being open. What kind of new doors did we get with these assets? Large with, ooh, double door. Do we have any regular door? Dong. That looks like. Is that a door handle? What's that supposed to be? Ah, that's the wrong way. How do I flip it over? There's a door. A very thin door. I like this door better. My door handles are always on the wrong side. Actually, why is there only one door handle? Wouldn't there be two? Okay, that's a proper door. I know how doors work. Okay. So I'm thinking, and I'll put some trees and stuff out here. But I'm thinking, maybe an old wizard's house. Let me get some rubble. Let me check my tags. There's one for rubble. Rubble. We got brick, glass, stone, wood. What kind of glass? Ooh. Ooh. I'll be able to use some. Actually. All the windows be broken out. Mixed. Oh yeah. Okay. Why do we have rubble pieces? Rubble pile. Okay. I would say more an old and abandoned church. You know what? Could be. It is kind of a big house. Well, let's see where it goes. A questionable church, perhaps. And these are kind of... Yeah, I don't match at all. Blech. Okay, that one does. Yeah, I can't put the texture over the debris. I don't think. Let me see something. These don't have... Yeah, they don't have a layer. Okay. That's unfortunate. Maybe even a tavern makes there being a cellar far more obvious. Oh! Look at this guy. That's more matchy match. Let me turn that off. Broken timber. Yeah. Oh, I don't like this. Maybe scatter these throughout. It'd be funny if a party came up this way. It's been a lot lot of time, like having a lot of trouble getting through the door or something. Like it's reinforced and all this stuff, and they went through all the shenanigans to get it open. Go inside and find out the bag's wide open. I can see that happening. I could see that happening. Alright. It is a big house. But that's okay. Wizards can have big houses. Glass. It didn't really have big pile of glass. Remnants of a window, I guess, if you're looking straight at it. I don't know what kind of map you'd be making in that case, but why not? If I... Okay, so I could put like some moss on some desks and stuff. Neat. Not all is lost. I would prefer that happening. That's why you present them with the hard to open area first. It rewards the curious, promotes exploration, and provides free content for those not that bright. Oh. It's true. I was thinking about riddles, you know. Either they figure it out in 5 seconds or 5 hours, right? You just never can tell. Okay, so here's how I could, like... I put that over there. I could, like... cover it up with moss and stuff. Way it looks like it's not sitting so much on top. So, what Glee is referencing there is a one-shot guy made for us. If I remember right, it was the very beginning of the one-shot. And we were trying to get into some temple, and there were 4 orbs, big ball things on pedestals. And I forgot how we got a letter off of them. Or if we even got... Glee, you're gonna have to help me out here. Somehow, it took us forever. And this was just supposed to be like a super easy puzzle to start the game. And we were there for almost the whole session. And there were these 4 orbs, and somehow we managed to get a letter for each orb. And Glee was like, hey, look, you can spell nope out of the letters. And we all chuckled and laughed and had a good time. Didn't realize that the solution was that the letters were supposed to spell open. To open the door. I can't remember. Oh, here she is.
It was too much to type.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm here now. So this was actually, I am scared by your microphone.
Why?
It's intimidating.
It's a small mic.
So this was just to enter the dungeon. Like, we hadn't even begun the actual game, really. We were just supposed to, you know, simple puzzle, get in there. We were presented with this volcanic temple. There were 4 pedestals outside, and there were 4 materials, rocks, and we were able to identify what the materials were. That's where we got the letters. It was the first letter of each material, so I think it was either opal or obsidian,
That's right.
Yeah, so that's where the letters came into play. And we asked every question about these. We're like, what's the weight? What's the opacity? Like, we were trying everything. And
Everything but the right.
Yeah, at one point I was like, oh, let's take the first letter of each material. Oh, lol, guys, it spells nope. Isn't that silly? Because we've been so stuck for so long. Remained stuck for even longer. I think it was you that figured out it actually spelled open. It wasn't me. I remained very incorrect.
It was not a good time.
It was not a shining puzzle. Anyway, goodbye.
Okay, bye. Then there you go. There's the story of how we can't solve riddles and puzzles. My aunt deciphered a page-long letter without a key in the middle of a game within an hour while inebriated without context clues. That was most my horrified and proud moment as a GM. Hey man, that's something. The inebriation might have been what helped. By the way, you guys should watch the 2-minute stream of me solving a puzzle. Well, where's it at? Come on, man. You can't just say that and not give us directions. I'll be like that one guy who just watches other people's content on his stream. What's his name? Hassan? But me hamsters. Oh, that's you, hamsters. I didn't know who I was talking to this whole time. I thought you were just a stranger. You got like 52 different accounts. I can't keep them all together. Now I know who I'm talking to. It can be rude. Mark as unread. I don't need to be on that. Promised a few. You did. I just, you work like 22 jobs and you're a voice actor and making your own TTRPG and didn't think you'd have time for little old me, man. You're a busy hamster. What was I looking for? Furniture. Do we have broken furniture as an option? No. Alright. Maybe there's furniture / broken. Or furniture dash. Hey, furniture dash broken. I make time for my favorite subjects. Hey. Hamster being wholesome. He's a wholesome hamster. Some of these are really nice looking. I think this was a good $3 investment. That was Glee's coffee money I spent. Don't tell her. Man, it's like upside down table. You what? Yeah, man, I spent your special coffee money. Oh, give me one that's a little more turned. That's too similar to the floor. That's close to the floor. Ooh, that big table. You make it not so big. Alright, I don't really care for the singing in this one, but I can't skip it. It's just a live thing. We'll just have to rough it out. Yeah, a little thing of us. These are so small. Need bigly. And this weird cross thing. Alright. It'll look funny if I have the two different colors. I don't think that's right. Unless I do this. Look at me getting fancy. Oh, mousy. Now you got to put in all these little details that players will just instantly overlook. Oh, Ollie's playing Overwatch. Kind of weird looking. I'll see. Alright, put some big ones on there. Whoa. That's a lot. It's old Grognard says. My mans. How diddly do? I am putting moss on tables. Just, you know. Why not? Big old moss spot. I'll make it look like it's been here a while. What are we building? Well, that's a good question. So far, we made a cave earlier. Actually, I can save that real quick. Open recent. Here's what we did earlier. We just made a goofy cave. Players come in here, doot-a-loot-a-loot, and they have a weird statue with some bones next to it, and then a pond with mushrooms and a weird flower in the middle. And they can venture up here. There's a door. And then there's a weird room with a desk and some bloody tools. with I did save, don't worry. With bloody footprints going back and forth between the desk and the barrels. There's a bathroom over here, because why not? You need that in a cave. And then we got a room full of previous adventurers' gear. Also, looked like that wall scooted back after I put that there. Weird. And then there's a dead end with some spider webs, some cocoons, some bushes here something can pop out of. There's a booby trap, some rubble the players can try and squeeze through to get a chest. Something going on here with a skeleton and an empty chest. And then a big boss room. So, you know, you can put whatever you want in there. And then this one, I'm thinking it's like an old wizard's house out in the middle of the woods. It's pretty bare at the moment. You can see the back corner of the house is no more. Kind of got blown open somehow. I think what I'm going to do here, I'll set that up around a little bit. Trying to set up a thing where I'll run a TTRPG at the local library once a month. I am trying to give more options than just D&D. Couldn't recommend Easy Dix, though I don't own it. Well, you can go on my word. It's fantastic. Super easy to learn. Highly recommended from the Squirrel. Alright, what else? I think I wanted to dump some glass over here is what I was gonna do. I think I got... So, I just told a few of you, the vanilla assets in this program, like this globe, are so simple. You can use them for things they're not meant to be. And I'm pretty sure I've used this globe as you just shrink it down, and I put it on like a mat so it looked like a cat toy. Nobody knew. Let's see. Where was the broken glass? Was that under rubble? It was. Oh, that's nice how it is actually transparent. You can see through it. Neato. Very neat. Oh, rubble pieces and then rubble. That's why I had these giant ones. Okay. I'm with it now. I know what's going on. Leaving that to the players, since I will be running it West March style. I can't remember. Did you, Hamster, you say you've done ACRPG before? I know you had some interest in coming out to Theo's game, but weren't able to make it. That was my first time playing it. I thought it was pretty neato. Neato with Theo. And I kind of want to make it look like a window got blown out. Just, I don't know how to do that though. So much texture going on with the grass. It's kind of hard to. Glee knows I like to make windowless houses. Oh hey, that kind of looks like a. Look like the windows got blown out. I think Portal. Window. Yeah. We have a broken window in there? Mayhaps? Frames? Cool. That would have been cool earlier. Actually, it might not be too late. It's too late. Alright. Is fine. Arrow slit. Hey! Pew pew! Something should live in there, like an intercap, some owl bears, or even giant hogs. Well, yeah, you guys can. I'm gonna put these maps up. There's a link, I think, in the description for the stream, that shared folder I have. I'm gonna be dropping these maps in there so y'all can put whatever you want in them. Just trying to set a scene here. A windowsill. Hey, how about that? Well, I guess I could put that there. That's kind of tacky looking. Alright, I don't have... I mean, that is a window, but... Okay, I mean, I guess we can do that. I guess. Yes, we'll do that. Object. Back to the glass. Oh, a lot of glass for that window. Oh, throw that one out there. Everything blue inside. The wizard made a giant black hole in his house. I recommend D&D 5e, Delta Green, Call of Cthulhu, Roll D6, Sword and Sorcery. Oh, that's your system. Goblin Slayer, TKRPG, Traveler, Eclipse Phase, Legend of the Five Rings. And no Squirrel, I never got a chance to get that either. Shame. ICRPG was pretty fun. And I think the reason it worked as well as it did, because I feel like a lot of that rode on Theo for running it. I think that one depends on a good GM, so props to Theo. Old Grognard's got to walk the dog. Go walk the old doggy. Let's see. I kind of want like something... Yeah, we should put something in the dead center of this. Like some kind of... Ooh, if I put... Where would that be? Okay, that didn't work. Alright. The word. Markings on the ground. Emblem? Ritual thingy. Not getting what I want here. Just put a giant coffin in the middle of it. I'm gonna do that, but I still need the tings to tings. What do you call like ritual markings on the floor and stuff like that? What would that be called? Not training dummies. Ruined, says Ollie. Except you spelled it wrong. No, wait, you spelled it right. Who's spelling it wrong here? What kind of ruin? No, you spelled it right. R-U-N-E. But that didn't do it. Whatever this is. We got a funnel. Let's see. Engineer altars. Yeah, I know, Ollie, but I thought you used the wrong one. Then you were right though. Barricades, bars and counters. Beams and support. Bedding, bellows, blast marks. Ooh. Big old blast mark in the middle. Actually, you know what? I am not gonna write that off just yet. Use that. Books and tomes. Pentagram. It's like one specific one. Which didn't work. Razors, bridges, buckets, barrels, bushes, campfire and fire pits, candelabras. Such a weird word. Candles, cannons. Cannons. Let's put a cannon in the middle of this house. Carts and wagons, cellar doors, chandeliers, chimneys. Cloth, clothing, coffins. I'm definitely gonna do something with the coffin. Cooking appliances, no corpses. Hey, we can just put a dead horse in the middle of it. What is the difference between a warlock, a druid, and a cleric to me? Like, as far as 5e is concerned, or just what comes to my mind completely outside of TTRPG? Crystals. Rings. Why are rings a thing? Do we really need that many? Curved and stone, curtains, display cases. Explosives. Let's argue for both. Alright, so outside of 5e, warlock, a druid, and a cleric. So when I think of warlock, let me go this way. When I think of druid, I think of some foresty nature boy. Not necessarily a bad guy. I feel like I used to think of druids as bad guys until I got wrapped up in D&D. That might have come from some video games that I played where the druids were the bad guys. Very nature attuned, usually part tree or something. A cleric is like, those have always been robe wearing people in my mind. I think in D&D, aren't they like heavy armored? I think that's what Lil was. In the old RPGs I used to play, the video game ones, clerics were light armor. Holy things, you know. Had good holy spells. Warlocks. Honestly, I think of shaman almost when I think of warlocks. Probably all wrong, but I don't know. That's what comes to my mind. As far as 5e goes, I honestly couldn't tell you. I played 2 sessions with a druid and she was absent for both of them, so I didn't really get much experience with that. And I'm pretty sure Lil was a cleric. Glee, you can correct me if I'm wrong. And Lil was extremely overpowered. And Warlock, I've only heard memes about them. I love how I just have this dead horse floating around the screen. I change that. Because don't warlocks get some mechanic they can abuse and get like infinite spells? Lil was also a homebrew race, but ye cleric. Was that a homebrew? She wasn't a homebrew race. Shifter was a legit thing. It might have been like a later thing, but no, there's... I thought it was an official one. There's at least a Wikipedia page. But even then, like, her racial stuff wasn't what was overpowered. That was all the cleric abilities. Warlocks in 5e have a pact with a powerful being to get magique. Yep, it's more than I knew. Mountains. Old Grognard has returned. Good. I can't think of a word. I'm trying to find some stuff, and I got too much stuff to look through. I can't think of the word for what you would call something scribbled on the ground. To, like, if you were going to draw a giant pentagram on the ground or something, what would you call that? Now I'm just scrolling through categories. Games and toys. Some graves. Scrawled. Well, yeah, that's like what you do to put it on the ground, but like, what would you call what is on the ground? Glee says etching, rune, marking, incantation, maybe? Yeah. Arcane. I tried run Ollie, it didn't give me anything. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? Hey, what we're gonna do? We're gonna scroll through the vanillas. It's a short list. We'll see what they call them. A summoning circle. They just call them circles. Good job. Okay, well, if I just put in circle, do I get more? I mean, there may not even be any in this pack. Oh, I take it back. There's a bunch. All right. Arcane. Magic circle arcane. Okay, not what I would have gone with, but that's all right. For me, the only difference is between the focus. They are worshippers. Clerics worship accepted beings. Warlocks rejected beings. And druids are the gray area. You know what? That's not a bad way to look at it. All right, we got some crazy stuff going. Ooh. I like that. So hey, that's runes. That's where Ollie was coming in. So he was right for that. I like this one. That's a good one. Alright. It needs to be not green though. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. I have an idea. I have an idea. But I don't know what color I want to do. Purple. Ooh, that's ugly. That is also ugly. Alright. Big summoning circle. That looks like it's in the middle. Okay. Alright, you can see that. I ain't gotta adjust nothing. Diggity. So now we get a coffin. Oh, can I color that too? Neat. It's definitely going to be an empty coffin. Because, you know, the plot thickens. Ooh. Could put a... Well, wait a minute. So could I put like that there? Yeah. And the lid next to it. Okay, you know what? I'm fine with that. I don't need a super fancy coffin. Shame the simple ones aren't open. Wait a minute. How come I have the lid? Oh, I lost it. There's the simple lid. But we don't have a simple open coffin. Yeah. Kind of backwards. Oh, there it is. It's open. No, we'll have a fancy coffin. Warlock Pact of the Hasbro. At 5th level, you gain the microtransaction ability, which is pretty powerful, but eventually Hasbro changes the terms of the pact. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got an open coffin in here. Some runes. I feel like... So here's what I was thinking about doing. Gotta find it. Blast mark. These are very small. Kind of thought about... I'm gonna have to put this on. That guy. Then we back here. Doesn't really work. These are kind of small. It's a big scorch mark. It just zapped out of existence here. But I think I like it without it. I don't know, it's kind of neat. You know, I kind of wish, the runes were a little more under the grass there. That's fine. Alright, so this house got a little more interesting all of a sudden. Whatever was in the coffin didn't use the front door. It just said, screw it, went out the back door. Made a back door. So, let's do... Excuse me. Well, that's... It looks like I'm just erasing the grass. No. Well, I know what the problem is. Oh my goodness. Gravel. Yeah, why not? But never mind, I can see why not. Kind of gross looking. Well, I kind of dirt. Right? Yeah, we go make a lava road up to dude's house. Do we have like worn grass? Grass and dirt combo? We're not in the marsh. I am unsatisfied. There we go. There we go. Dirt. Good old dirt. I should probably put some... trees. Let's see. Pilots. 3 logs. Big old fallen tree. Trees. Okay, those are dead trees. There's some lively trees. Oh, can we... Neato Bobito. It'll be a very green map. Very green. Oh, that has a weird... Oh, it has a shadow whether I turn it on or not. Okay. Fine. You can just rotate. If we must. Apparently we must. I'll be honest, these trees all look the same. They look the same. Oh. Ollie's heading to bed. Good night, Scrat, Hamster, and Glee. And I don't know who else is there. Well, bye, Ollie. Oh, and old Grognard, he says. So he said bye to everybody that we know of. Kind of an early bed for you, but that's alright. Nothing wrong with early bedtime. You're a growing lad. A little secret exit up there. You went to bed at 4 a.m. last night. Okay. You're making up for lost time. Hamster wishes you a very good night. As does old Grognard. Alright, I think that's enough trees. Put a blue one right there. What map program is this? This is Dungeon Draft. It says right there, Dungeon Draft. It's fairly cheap. But I will say, so tonight I'm experimenting with a ton of new assets. Oh, I did that. So normally, I mean, this is my first time using the new assets. I've made more than a few maps with just the basic ones. Like here's the basic ones. You can see they got their own style. They're very simple, which I like. I really like the super simple style and wanted more of just that. But there's no packs out there that duplicate that. But there's a Gigantuar pack I downloaded you can get for like $3, and that's all the assets I've been using tonight. Comes with a ton of stuff, so kind of a booger to get all loaded in, but it wasn't too bad. Not to be confused with Professor Dungeon Master's channel. That's right, good old Professor Dungeon Master. Yeah, I like the super simple stuff, because I was just telling them like right before you got here, you can, since they're so simple, you can use them for multiple different things and people don't realize. Like, let's see if I can find it. This thing. That is supposedly a spider egg. Like, I mean, sure, why not? You can change the color on it, make it whatever you want. But like, Glee and her crew in our campaign, I had a bunch of these on a table, and they were various different colors, and I said they were rolls of fabric, so it's like you can do silly things. I think it's fun and neat, but I did want, mostly what I wanted was more floor stuff. That's what was killing me. None of these, because these floors, the stock floors it came with, some of them are good, like for caves and stuff like that, and you got some cool tile things you can do, but like, man, these wood ones were giving me a headache. I couldn't stand looking at them. It was just too much. Simple is good, just detailed enough to get them to ask questions. That's right. That's right. But I thought I'd try out the new pack. It's pretty cool. So far, anyway. Not sure what else I need to... Seems very empty in here. Maybe some... What do I got for footprints? I know I got bloody ones. But I don't want bloody footprints. I don't think the guy came out of the coffin bloody. I mean, he might have. There's a footprint I can color. So I could make these like... They show up on the... Yeah. Kind of wander a little bit. Goes off in the grass. There we go. Why not? If you are creative enough, you can do it anyway. I turned a beaker into dead body and a few other things into human in a jar in a dungeon, in Dungeon Fog for one of my Warhammer 40k games. Weird is good. Yeah, that's that's always amazed me, like what people can do in those crafty video games where you can build stuff, like just how they can take a few basic building blocks and just go nuts with them and come up with the craziest things. It's like, I just can't do it. My brain don't work that way. Oh. Dude, there's a... Oh, we could like burn the ground. Oh my goodness. That'd be kind of neat, wouldn't it? What else we got going on? That's a big footprint. Wow. I don't know why these are so big. I think I'll leave what I got. That would be kind of neat, though. Make it look like he burned right through the floor as he was walking. Really needs a giant footprint. There you go. Just have a giant footprint. Or oh, you know what? I got a better idea. Check this out. So there. All right. Make sure I got two. Yeah. All right. So he gets like a little bigger as he walks away. You gotta take longer steps. There you go. He got bigger. And then we will do this. I don't have like fallen trees. Got branches, but they're all dead branches. Just tree. Those are all top downers. Oh man. Well, we got. Oh, those are tiny though. I wanted like some. Where'd they go? Some fallen trees, but these are all dead. Like he got super big and then just pushed them out of the way. Those look very out of place. Yeah, they're just like an old dead log. And I don't have... What happens if I just... All my gems. Everything apparently. There's the vanilla trees. That's unfortunate. I'm surprised they don't have any fallen trees. And I don't know how I can jimmy one in there. Let's see. You know, jimmy rig something. Trunk. Very hollow trunk. Yeah, man, that stinks. I am surprised. All the other things they got in here. Old fallen trees. Oh, there you go. Just have a T-Rex footprint. Well, boogers. I just feel like that looks out of place. Big Bird has been here. We will say he pushed some trees out of his way. And for some reason took all the branches off of them at the same time. Oh, really paints a picture, doesn't it? Alright, I was gonna put a little senseless decoration in the back here. So I imagine if I use... Oh no, they wow, they did the water too. No, that's because it's on the grass. That's why. That's why it looks that way. Does that mean if I... Well, that's interesting. It's very interesting. A little pond. That looks very silly. If I do that, that will also look. Alright. Well, it can just be some funny looking water. Nope. That's I really want rubble. Need stone. Stone's a category. Yep. Oh. Fancy stones. Ah, they're so small. Why are they so small? Need slightly bigger stones. There we go. I have rocks by your pond. Apparently, perfectly round ones. Glee knows all about ponds and rocks. He's only moved a ton of them. Do we have maps? This is not spoilers, Cat Lord. These are just random maps I'm making. And then I'm gonna throw them in my shared Google folder and people can use them. So you could use them if you want. Big strong Kraken, that's right. Move enough rocks and you will be. Do we see a stone bench? I don't. I need one without the chains. Do we have just. I mean, I guess it could be a regular wooden bench too. There ain't no harm in that. So I guess square is 5 feet, so it wouldn't hurt to make that bigly. I need to make a shared folder for some of the stuff I made, PDF character sheets and such. Yeah. Maybe we should just all pool everything into one giant one. Just a spitting, whatever that company's name's face is. Hasbro. And look at all this stuff we're sharing. Also, check it out, Cat Lord. Got this old abandoned house. Everything's broken and grown over. Coffin in the middle of it. Footprints leading out of the coffin, and then they get bigger. Doom, 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 doom. I really don't like the way these rocks look. They look kind of terrible. Oh man, those textures really do not mix well. Boom. There's some gravel. starry night up in there. Wow. Could do that. I could start using Dungeon Fog to make more of the maps I draw up. I am paying for the thing anyway. Wow. How dare you pay for stuff? We don't do that here. We're bums. Boulder. Whoa. Not a wrong looking boulder, but oh, see that looks a little better. Oh, that's a lot of rock. Alright, well, that's fine. Kind of just useless little thingy anyway. Well, there we go. I think I could. Fine. Just this giant footprints. Very silly. Very silly. Let's see, what time is it? 9:10? Good lord, I've been in this for almost 3 hours. I'm a very slow map maker. I feel like the house needs more in it, but I don't know what. I got no idea what. I got some broken tables. Maybe a broken chair or two. We have broken chairs. Yeah, that's the style that doesn't man. Oop, there's some broken chairs. In the next map, do big footprints slowly getting smaller and leading into something, into another coffin. I think most folks will be too busy trying to figure out where the footprints go. Yeah. Ain't gonna be paying attention to all this. Just throw a little moss on it and we'll be good. Just a little bit of mouse. Make it look like it's been there a while. And there we go. Mossy chairs. I really want more rubble over here though. I'm not too keen on how that's looking. If a group is low level, you could scare the crap out of them if they are in the house with the sound of giant footprints getting louder and louder. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that would be pretty good. Let's see, what was I looking for? Rubble. It's like, this is not doing it for me, Chief. Okay, that's better. So, next question. Mechanics aside, what is the difference between a paladin, a fighter, and a barbarian to you? That is a good cat lord question. For me, if this is like the last question, where we're just kind of talking about in general. Paladin, I always think of the guy in, the shiny white armor with gold trim. Holy fighter kind of guy, holy knight. Protect the weak, all that good stuff. A fighter is just a sword for hire. And a barbarian, of course, is like Conan, goes around shirtless. A double-headed axe, which is actually pointless in reality. It's a very silly thing to do. But it looks cool. A paladin is a fighter during the Crusades. I told you he'd have an answer. These are all like piled. This is my problem with this. These are all piled together. I need more explosive looking. I mean, I guess to be fair, I am looking in rubble piles. I don't need individual pieces. Give me another one of those big ones. Alright, let's move here. Looks pretty good. Time to get the mouse. The bard is a lover, not a fighter. The barbarian is a tribal fighter. 5e wise, to me the difference is again in the focus. The paladin is a fighter in service of a higher power, human or otherwise. A barbarian is a self-trained fighter. A barbarian is nuts. He got no sense. Cat Lord's a barbarian in our current campaign. Silly, but I don't think anybody will notice. Yes, I talk real slow and hit real hard. Second to last question, what is the difference between a rogue and a ranger without looking at the 5e mechanics? Well, a rogue is a dastardly dude, up to no good. A ranger is an archer. Well trained with a bow. And knows the woods, you know, he's a man of the wilds. Or a woman. don't look too bad. That looks a lot better. One scouts from the shadows, one scouts from the open, says Glee. Ranger is what happens when a fighter, druid, and rogue have a baby. Alright. Through the house. I think that's it. It's a small map. But there's a lot to unpack there. And just a silly pond in the back. No back door. You gotta walk all the way around the house to get to the pond. Weevil got it on the nose when it comes to my answer. Hey! Look at Glee go. I think, my friends, I'm gonna call it there. We made a whole whopping 2 maps. Actually, so let me export. So I can do these as a JPEG, well, you could say PNG, JPEG, WebB, or WebP, and then Universal VTT. The Universal VTTs, I believe, are a good bit bigger, file size-wise, because they will contain, like this, it'll know this is actually a wall, and these are windows, and like this is a door. So if you load that, what's it called? UVTT file. If you load it into something like Foundry, it will recognize that, and you don't have to draw walls and stuff like that. Will automatically come in, and then tokens can't cross over. If you got light going on, they'll, it'll come through the windows and stuff. It's a brand new Google account I just used for the YouTube, so there's a few gigs in the drive for free. So I will probably be doing both. But I imagine as time goes on and it gets fuller, I will probably just do the JPEGs or the webs. I don't know which one of those is smaller. But for tonight, we will do both. So, let's see. Where was... stream maps. We will call this House in Forest 1. Broken Forest House 1. How about that? Broken. Alright, I can type Broken Forest House. There's the UVTT. And then we'll do a JPEGaroo. Broken Forest House 1. Then double check, make sure that's saved. Cave. I really need to come up with better names for these. Cave. In. Then final question, what is the difference between a wizard, a sorcerer, and a bard? Absolutely nothing as far as 5e is concerned. For some reason they can all throw a slew of spells. Alright. There's the public folder. Let's make one called Maps. Adding in here. Oh, it's called a DD2VTT file. Good lord, that's a long file extension. Would you? Oh yeah, I get 15 whole gigs I can use. That'll take a while to fill up. Let's make 2 folders in here. Let's make one called JPEG and one called Universal Tabletop. That goes there. That goes there. I know y'all can't see this, but trust me, I'm doing things. Alright. So there should be a couple new maps in the shared folder. The Bard is literally the band kid. You're too far off if you're looking at the mechanics. If you look at the mechanics, the wizard is the book nerd, the bard is the geeky jock, and the sorcerer is the rich kid. Bards are OP, that's what they are. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Cat Lord, I expect a one-shot out of the map with the house, the forest house, and the giant footprints. I don't have to be in it. I just expect you to use it and do something silly. Best of luck to you. The hamster says, but to me the difference is the application of power. A wizard is a sorcerer who is trained, as is a bard, but a bard focuses on the words and the wizard on the mechanics. A wizard understands the universe through arcane physics. The bard understands it through art. Hey. The sorcerer is a wannabe wizard that ate too many mushrooms. The sorcerer is just kind of that untamed font of magic, trying to make things work, but doomed to either open a portal to hell or become a wizard. Cat Lord says I can do vampires in a forest. I need to find places for. There you go. Or I do have vampires in a forest. I need to find places. I can read. Well, now they can be giant vampires. You're welcome. Also, we have the Wii Weather Channel music playing. I feel like that's what this music is from, of all things. Glee, are you still with us? Are you present? I liked it better back when all magic was either wizard magic or divine cleric stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you, every time I watch videos like yours or anybody else's talking about random bits of the older stuff, it's like, man, I really missed out. You want pasta? Well, I was going to ask if you wanted to play some Grounded. There's 2 slices of mediocre pizza left in there. Pasta and ground. Okay, well. Guys and ladies, I am going to end it here, I guess, because like I said, we started right at 6:30, so that's about 3 hours. I think that's good enough. The vocals are getting dry. Kicked out 2 so-so maps, but this was my first time getting to see this bazillion new assets. Like I said, I think it was about 5 gigs worth of assets I shoved in here, so it's a lot to thumb through. But they're pretty good. They're pretty nice. Cat Lord and Glee, we'll be getting to see more of them in the campaign. In second edition, the druid was basically a weird cleric, and bards cast spells as sort of half wizards. Interesting. Yeah, the bards just make no sense to me in 5e. I love reading the concept of having to run away from like 40 enemies and actually having to figure out why there are like 200 goblins in an area. I threw basically a bar full of goblins at Catlord and Glee in our campaign. I say throw, but they walked into it. It was a goblin bar, tavern. They killed everybody. It took the whole night because 5e combat. And we had intense piano. That's right. The music I had in the background was piano music. It was bar fight music. And it wasn't planned, but what ended up happening is we just said a goblin played piano the entire time they were killing everybody in there. Then he started throwing piano keys at them. A good time. Some of my best Dark Sun stories were about running away from death. Glee tried to run away from death and Hamster's one shot. Didn't work out for her. Goblins would do that. Did they not lock the door and set things on fire? No, they just went in there and... Because they walked in... No, Hamster's one shot when we tried out his game, his TTRPG, because I died, and then you were like, I'm getting out of this crazy haunted house, and you weren't able to get out of it, so you just ended yourself. But no, they didn't lock things and set things on fire, because they walked into this room, and there was buckets right next to the door as they walked in that had like all the goblin swords, because they just stuffed them in there and were like chilling in the tavern, so they just ran in and started blap, blap, blap. It was a big bar brawl for some of them. Glee doesn't have good one-shot luck. She survived the one shot. I gave her an easy D6, but she just had to leave before it was over. In Theo's, we ran away from an angel bringing the apocalypse, and we survived. Thanks to yours truly. Could have DM'd that better, but I ran on a modified map I had. Hey, I thought it was pretty good. I died to the hand on a grandfather clock. I bled to death. I was so weak, I cut my finger and died. It was awful. It's terrible. I did much better in the IAC RPG one shot. Started off by taking some dude's money at the bar, and then just kind of survived the rest of the thing. I actually have a movement system now, and it's optional rules. Optional rules are good. It's less to argue about. And you know, you can figure out on your session 0, like, I want these rules. I don't want to use these rules. Get it all out the way. No surprises. You know what? I need to do a video on good session 0. Not, I guess maybe etiquette, like things to go over in session 0 to prevent drama. And then how, even when you do that, you still get the drama. That's a good idea. I'm going to write that down before I forget. Sounds like a good one. And please, yeah. Man, I watched, when I was, first got roped into the D&D thing, I went and watched a handful of videos on session 0s and how to big old list of things to go through on ours. Like a corporate meeting. It's like, all right, now what about this? What about this? Checking everything off the list. I might have to host a chat on what makes a good player versus a good DM. That's also a good topic. And how a forever DM should act as a player. What they should know better on. See, Cat Lord, I don't know if he's the forever GM in their group, but he's GM'd, I feel like, a lot. But he is a player in our campaign, and many a times I have seen where he knew he could totally derail or flip something upside down and make my life miserable, and he chooses not to. He's the Giga Chad player, as XP to level 3 or whatever he calls himself does. I am one of 3 DMs in my group. Well, you got a healthy group then. I wanted to do a video where I read the GM advice section in D6 Star Wars. It is pretty good for the first timer and good in general. Nice. Yeah, I watched your that one video you had on the Star Wars rolling for their game. That was pretty interesting. Kind of neat how the blasters worked and stuff. You are one of 3 as well. Rotating DMs are good. Used to be 4, but one burned out after 10 years. You know, it's easy to do. I was a little burned out after the first campaign. That's their version of how they do nat 1s and 20. Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, the wild dice. That's what you called them. It's amazing how many different ways you can use the same dice. Oh, except when we all get excited and want to launch our games at the same time. Would be a bit of a problem. I don't know. Glee's, she's getting the itch for that one shot. I think we'll see how it goes. She might decide she likes it. Or she might decide it's way too much happening at once and too much stress. And she will just get the itch to make things and then make me run them. I could see that happening. She does like making stuff. Like when she made that Fungali race, man, she was on it just day in, day out. And then she had that cephalopod race she was working on that in and out. And yeah, she's got the creativeness in the blood. Also, I just realized this wall right here is going to be super messed up when you export the... I wonder if I can fix that real quick. You're not going to be able to walk through that. Wow. Don't need to do that one again. Let's see. That happens. There are 3 of us that DM in my group for Grognard. I started college recently and need to refigure life pacing before I get back into it. Ooh, back in college. Now, if I remember, Grognard, you said you were also retired Army, didn't you? Glee says, whoa. What are you howling for back there? I can't even find you. Anyway, Glee says, I think I could do one-shots because I get just bits of ideas. Grognard, I'm all about making stuff. That's why I'm a student of game mechanics. And he says, yep. Alright, so yeah, you got some experience under your belt. Since I have never GM'd before, I want to do it with our group first, but then I'd be down to offer it over in your Discord, Mr. Squirrel. Well, GMing for strangers. Not even I'm brave enough for that. You'll notice I haven't done it yet. Mostly because I don't know when I'd do it. Let's see, if I drag this, will it replace? There you go. Google knows how to do it. I need to do some easy D6 one-shots because I want to play it some more. I'm just gonna force y'all to switch the campaign. I said, yep, to the retired army, but yeah, I put that together. Yeah, your comment made me chuckle. We were talking about how 5e doesn't like to challenge people, and I said, when I say that, people just tell me it's a skill issue, and you're like, a skill issue for what? Enduring suck? Made me chuckle. I think every maybe not every time, but several times when I bring up how much I dislike spells and IV and how they just kind of undo everything. Instead of giving you like abilities or whatever, they just kind of undo what the GM plans, and people are like, skill issue. Just need to get good. You just suck at GMing. It's like, okay. Maybe so. Oh, the music died. Oh, it's back. The cat has brain damage. It just randomly screams. I mean, if you can DM 5e well, you are a great dungeon master. Dealing with those challenges takes true skill. Just have all boss fights take place in an anti-magic field. See, that feels so cheap to me. And that's what people come back with. They're like, oh yeah, anti-magic fields or legendary resistances. And it's like, man, that feels so cheap. It's just like throwing a no you card at them. It's like, that's just very silly. Feels cheap, so I don't want to do it. It reminds me, and I'm pretty sure I've told you all this before, but it reminds me of the two kids playing out in the backyard, just kind of one-upping each other every time. And I'm talking like, 5-year-olds, they're out there with their little toy guns, and they're like, I shot you with my special bullet, and the other one's like, I have a super special shield, and he's like, well, I got a super special shield busting bullet, and I got a super special bullet shield prevention thing. They just keep going up over each other, and it's silly and dumb because they're 5 years old. But that's what I think of when you say, like, oh, I cast this. Oh, I have legendary resistance. Or I have this thing that just totally cancels that out. And it's like, golly, this is just silly. Nothing that can't be solved with the Cave of 1,000 Sturges. Whoa. I'm unfamiliar with that one. One time I tossed about 50 twig blights at the party. Lord, I feel like that would take forever to get through. I've been trying to speed up combat. Cat Lord's probably noticed. Screw that. Give the boss a way to spawn minions. Give the players more to need to focus on. Have them fight and handle a puzzle at the same time. So I've heard that before, of doing combat and a puzzle at the same time, but I've never tried it. I have done solve a puzzle while the room is flooding kind of thing. I gotta go boil water. Farewell, y'all. All right. Bye, Kraken. Actually, I'll see you in just a minute. Give them terrain, give them whack-a-mole enemies, make them move. Scrat used a dragon summoning skeletons last time we fought a dragon. That's right. Yep, we did a little minion thing. Just keep you all occupied. One knock and they were out, more or less. I kind of had it too, what I wanted to do. If you rolled high enough when whacking one, you could just buzz on over and roll again and hit another one, but nobody ever rolled high enough. But the past few combats are actually just a couple, I guess, that y'all have been involved in. You think you did once? Yeah. I feel like somebody got it in there. But anyway, yeah, I've been trying to speed up combat so much, and some tweaks I've been making here and there. Now, like, things are hitting a whole lot harder, but they're dying a whole lot sooner too, so I feel like it balances out. Best way to do it, fight plus puzzle, is to have the puzzle be timed to solve, and every time they fail, the timer restarts and 2 to 5 enemies spawn. Oh geez. Yeah, I think about the water part of that one temple in the last campaign. That was y'all's favorite dungeon. It had a forest section, a fire section, and a water section, and then the water one, they got in a room, and when they walked in, door closed, and yeah, the door closed, and there was a pedestal in there with like some marbles, and they had to do something with it. And then, right, they're actually, you have to help me remember, Cat Lord, there might have been, because all through that water section of the dungeon, there was something in the water that was hurting y'all if you got too deep. And I want to say it was also getting you in that room once the water got deep enough. I don't remember. I feel like I planned that, but I don't know if the water ever got deep enough for y'all. Yeah, it did? Okay. All right. So y'all got nicked by it a few times then. Yeah, and what it was, there was 3 marbles, and each marble represented, what? Each marble, there was 3 mini bosses in that dungeon. They were all kin. They were brothers and sisters, and to one of the characters in the party. And each marble represented one of those brothers and sisters. But all the marbles, they looked the same. I say marbles. They were just round stones, perfectly round, but looked plain beige color, like just a regular stone. And this pedestal had a slot for them, and they had to match it with where they were oriented in the dungeon, but like I said, they couldn't tell which one was which. And once the water got high enough, it touched those marbles on the pedestal, and that made them glow the color where they, like the red one for the fire one, and green one for the forest, and the blue one for the water. So once the water got high enough and the stones glowed, they were able to put them in the pedestal and get the heck out of Dodge. That was a pretty fun dungeon. And then we turned them into pummels for daggers. Yeah, that's right. Y'all did. For the guy who had to kill all his brothers and sisters. Yeah. It was the least you could do for him. But I guess he did try and turn y'all. Now was such a good character. Honestly, everybody in that campaign was pretty solid. Yeah, that whole dungeon was pretty neat. The fire one. Dead siblings, but new daggers. On the fire one, the only puzzly part I remember on that side, there was some dodging and stuff they had to do, but the puzzly part was they walked across a big room, and at the other end was fire blocking the path, and it was like super hot. They couldn't just jump through it, but they could see through it. It's like, okay, well that keeps going that way. We have to go that way. And they couldn't figure out how to get past the fire, and when they turned around, suddenly there was a wall there now, and they couldn't go back. And on the wall was a mirror, and when they looked in the mirror, the fire blocking their path wasn't there, and the solution was to look at the mirror and walk backwards through where they thought the fire was. So Didn't take him too long to figure that one out. And then the forest side, I don't think there was really any puzzles on the forest side, because y'all were up high, and there were like those not brain dead, kind of blind. There was more of the rat folk on the ground down low, but they were blind. And the only way, yeah, you had to jump good to get past them and get across a few things. But if you went down there, that's when they swarmed you. Like, soon as your feet touched the ground at their level, they would just swarm you. So just had to do some jumping around and rolling to get through that one. The water one, though, that was all try and solve things without getting nipped by this thing in the water. I can't, let's see. Can I just search for it real quick? Well, there's Handlar. I found Handlar's picture. I was trying to find the one in the water. What are they called? They just call rat folk. I feel like she would come up. Nope. Didn't she have a metal tail? And she's, yeah, that's what I was trying to show. She had a regular tail, but she had blades attached to it. There she is. I gotta change. I gotta change what we're looking at here. I turn that off. There you go. Yeah, see, she had those weird things all hooked on her tail, which she was swimming through the water super fast, and she grabbed people with that tail and slash them up real good. He was scary. He had weird water powers. They all had weird powers. Yeah, he says. That was what I really enjoyed about the last campaign. Like, y'all that wanted to explore your stories and dig into them more, like Neonat, that was good, because that was the entire campaign, which was just exploring y'all's backstories and then tying it all together. Whereas this time around, we're trying to follow more of a set story with just a little bit of diving into character backgrounds. See, like the campaign we're doing now, you could actually write down, bundle up, and give to somebody. The last campaign we did, you couldn't do that because all the players made the story, and then I just linked them all together. So, if you were to bundle up the last campaign and try and sell it, everybody would have to play as a already established character, which would not be very fun. So get to try it both ways. And honestly, I don't think one's easier than the other. When it comes to planning, I think it's the same level of difficulty. Anyway, I said I was going to get off of here like 20 minutes ago, so now I am actually going to do it. Flip that back on, turn that off. There we go. And I will see y'all. Some of you I will see Sunday at D&D. And whoever wants to come back and check out the stream on Sunday, because I will stream it like always. Same time, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Probably won't be making any videos before then, so I will see you all then. Good night. Sleep tight.